Hello, my name's Sarah Berry and today I'm going to show you how to make a little treat holder for the Lindt Gold Bunny. My gold bunny that I have here is 50 grams, so you know what kind of size to get. Next I've taken a piece of soft suede A4 cardstock and cut it at 10 centimetres twice, and then this is the scrap that's left over. I need the as much of the length as possible, so I've not taken anything off the A4 length. Then what I've done is I've used my wood grain stamp here and stamped each side in the same coloured ink, it's the soft suede ink. Next, what you need to do is cut a piece of soft suede which is 12 by 17 centimetres. Now I've got my scraps here, so I'll just find some. See, a bit short. It has to be this big piece. So we want 12 by 17. Let's check. That's about right. Okay. Then you can either do this on your trimmer, but I am going to use my scorer, my Simply Scored, and you want to use the A4 board and then score all four sides exactly the same. So I'm going to score 1 centimetre all the way around. And then it's 3.5 centimetres all the way around. I've moved it onto this side of the board because there isn't every 1/2 centimetre on there, but there is on this side of the board. 2, 3. Okay. Now once you've got that, we need to get rid of the corner pieces, so this L there, and then we're going to cut up just one of the sides like that, and then we get rid of the L shape. Then take the corners and just snip it at a diagonal. Then you do that on all four corners. Last one. Oh, forgot that one. And that one. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my BigShot And I've got my 2 plates and my magnetic platform. I'm going to be using the framelets, the Labels collection framelets, and this is the second smallest shape. Oops. And I'm going to position that so it's in the centre of the cardstock and run it through. Okay, so we have this shape cut out the centre of the box. Yeah, the box. Put that away. Keep that for another day. Now I'm going to stamp this as well in the soft suede ink. It just needs to be rough because this will actually be in the centre, the middle of our box, so we're not really going to see if anything's missing. And there we go. Now you need to fold this on all of the lines, the 4 lines. And I'm doing this with my bone folder to make sure I get nice sharp edges. Especially on these smaller ones. Now I'm going to glue this together with my Tombow glue. A little bit on the 4 flaps. Okay. I prefer to use my Tombow because it doesn't actually take that long to dry and you get a very good hold. Just give it a couple of seconds just to hold together. Alright, now that can go to one side. Now back to the first piece that we did. I'm going to be using my scallop tag topper punch here, and I first saw this technique used on Michelle last blog. She did a lovely video, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Now normally what you do is you feed your paper or your card and in the middle here, and this is it 2 inches? Yeah, 5 centimetres or 2 inches, and you feed that in the gaps in the groove here, and then you punch down. But what Michelle has shown us is that you can actually bypass this groove by putting your paper or your cardstock directly, like, over this bar, see if you can see, and through there, so you can have, in theory, never-ending width. So I'm going to do that with this layer on this end and this end. I'm just going to make a little crease in the middle, like that. So when I've got my card in the punch, I know I've got it centred. Okay, so as I said, I'm feeding it in past this part, straight into the punch. I'm going to turn it over, and then I can see where I've put my mark, my little notch there. I'm centering that. You could also do it by judging how much paper, cardstock and paper you've got either side. And then I'm just going to punch it, get rid of that excess, and pull it out. Then I'm just going to snip these bits off. Do the same again. Centered it, push, get rid of the rubbish, and pull it out. Okay. I'm just going to cut these off. I would normally do it on my trimmer, but that's just as good. And then to neaten the ends, I'm just going to use my corner rounder. And curve the corners. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is find the centre of my cardstock. So it's 25, so it's 12 and a half there. And then I'm going to measure the width of this box, which should be 5 centimetres. So 2.5 that side and 2.5 that side. And then I'm going to score with my Simply Score tool along these lines. Right, now my camera decided to run out of memory space, so I'm just going to get you up to speed on where it stopped. I cut an aperture out using the same framelit as before on just one of the sides. And now I'm going to glue the box that we made into the middle. Like so. And that should fold up nicely. Oh, hold on for a bit longer. Right, I'll set that over there to dry. Now I'm going to make some daffodils using the pansy. I don't know if you can see, pansy, there we go, pansy punch and the boho blossoms punch. I'm going to use the 1 3/8 inch circle, and then I'm just going to use the little tiny heart, which is actually the owl's beak from the owl punch. I have So Saffron and Tangerine Tango. The tangerine is obviously for the centre, and the So Saffron is for the outer layer. I'm using the biggest of the 3 flowers in the Boho Blossoms punch. Oh, I'm just going to cut a couple of them. And then I'm using the pansy, a couple of them. I have my pricking mat, and I'm just going to turn that over and use my ball tool from my Simply Scored and lay the flowers on top and just give them a little press. It just softens it up. Don't worry, you're not ruining it. It's the effect that I want. I want it to be a bit worn and a little bit curved, so I don't really want to crease. I don't want a crease look. I just want a kind of lines in the petals, and want it just a bit softer, so I'm going to do the same on this one and then the same on the other 2. It really is very, very rough. Okay, now I'm going to glue these together with my Tombow. I've torn a little bit of the flower so it sticks up a little bit like a daffodil, and hold it down. And the same again, I'm just going to take, could snip it, but a little bit of glue, fold it over, okay. Now I know we don't have pearls in the centre of daffodils, but today I am going to have some. That one. There's one there. Whoops. Sticky. Pull the sticky off. And can you see that just the lines on it just makes it a little bit more realistic. Now I'm going to bring my bunny over, pop my bunny in the hole like that, fold the sides up. I'll have some Pear Pizzazz seam binding ribbon, and I'm going to keep it on the roll, thread it through, and tie a bow. I'm going to be quite generous with my tails because I'm going to ruffle them up. And seam binding is, I can't get my bow right. Seam binding is brilliant for this. My scissors. There we are. So you just cut it off, and then you just tease, and once you've got it going, you can pull a bit more. You kind of have to take the middle piece and push the rest of it along. And then just take off the raw end, so it's kind of it's kind of crimpled, like you've put it under the iron at a hot temperature. Take that off. Hello, Matthew.
What are you doing?
I'm making a bunny, darling. And there we go, there's the other side. And then just, if you have a little bit more time, it will look better. I'm just rushing it. Now I have stuck my daffodils on the side there, and I'm just going to use the stamp from the Chalk Talk stamp set, which is this one. And I'm using the For You. So I'm going to ink that up in soft suede. And I've got a piece of crumb cake. And this, as I said, matches the 1 3/4 inch. Sorry, 1 3/8 inch circle. And this is going to just have a little bit of glue on the back. And stuck there. And then I want to use the brown soft suede. Have a couple of hearts. And glue those as well. Tiny blobs. So these are great to make for your friends, your work colleagues, your teachers. And there we have it. One finished Lindt 50g bunny treat holder. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to place an order for any of the products that I've used today, they are all from Stampin' Up, and you can find the links at the bottom of this video. Please leave me a comment, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you, bye bye.